I feel like a lot of times stay-at-home moms think, okay, I'm not making money, so I don't have a say.
Mhm.
But when you choose to meal plan, when you choose to conserve electricity, when you choose to do little things that save your family money, you are making your family money. You are creating margin in your budget that wouldn't exist unless you took those actions. And so, someone may be the CEO making the money, but you're the CFO that's managing those finances on a day-to-day basis, making sure bills get paid, meals get cooked. I feel like stay-at-home moms don't understand the amount of support they are providing to the person who may be leaving the house to make money, but your role is vital in providing that support for them on a day-to-day.
Hey girly, welcome to Tip Tuesday. My name is Wendy and I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom of 4 little ones, and on this channel I talk about all things homeschooling, homemaking, mommy self-care, and kids empowerment. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. So this month we are talking all things budgeting and financing. And so we are going to have an array of different moms come on and talk to us about how they budget, how they finance, all the tips, all the tricks, because can you have enough budgeting and financing tips and tricks? I don't think so. So when learning about budgeting and financing as an adult, I took a course, and the course was so good, and it's so good, to be honest. It's full of wisdom, and it's biblical, and there's a lot of God-centered in it. But it was very shame-based and very guilt-based. And so I felt a lot of shame, and I felt a lot of guilt, and I felt a lot of regret when it came to how I handled our finances in the past. Here comes Lydia. Lydia is such a breath of fresh air. She talks about all things budgeting, financing, frugal living on her channel. But the thing about her is she doesn't do it in a guilting or a shame-filled way. It is very much just encouraging and just motivating and just a breath of fresh air when it comes to financing and budgeting. It can be such a very intimate and very personal thing that to have somebody like Lydia in your corner and to have it not be such a shameful process or a guilt-free guilt-filled process is absolutely amazing. I love me some Lydia. Hey Lydia, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Now, you just heard me rant and rave about you because I'm obsessed with you. It's the truth.
You're so kind. Thank you.
She's such a sweetheart. But Lydia, how did you discover budgeting and financing and all the things?
It was necessity. We were in debt. We had gone through a short sale on our home, which if you don't know what a short sale is, it's basically like one step down from a foreclosure when the bank basically buys your house back for what you owe on it. We were basically on the verge of bankruptcy, and we couldn't live in that place any longer. And so it was birthed out of necessity. And my husband had been saying for me for years, like, oh, maybe we should learn to co-manage finances, like maybe, have a joint bank account, get on a budget. And I was very like, you're not going to tell me what to do with my money. So it was really him loving me into the process, but it was definitely necessity.
Yep. That's how we all get to the place. But how did you get to a point where you weren't, I don't know, maybe you were, but I don't get a sense of like shame or guilt or like, I don't know, negativity when it comes to financing from you. Were you introduced to that and then you went the other way? Like, because you don't give off that side.
Thank you. I think because I talk about money on YouTube and I have for several years, if you go back and watch some of my older videos, I think you'll definitely pick up on some of that. I carried a lot of shame about the mistakes that I made, about the choices that I continued to make, my lack of knowledge with money. I listened to a lot of shame-filled messaging, and it's really been, I would say, like in the past 3 or 4 years that I've kind of broken the chains of shame. Like I've come out on the other side of that, but it's there. So I kind of take a Sharpie approach to life. Like, it's done, the mistakes have been made, the words have been said. So I leave those old videos up kind of as a lesson to myself that we can grow and evolve in our thoughts towards money and in our thought, like our internal dialogue.
Yes. Now, when you guys were in that situation, were you working and your husband was working, or was your husband the only one that was working?
So we both worked full time when we first started. I was pregnant and I worked up until the day my baby was born, and then we moved and had this little bitty baby, and we moved to a new state. And when he was a couple months old, I started a business. So there was a little break in there where I wasn't working, but we've been a 2-income family for them. Well, I wasn't bringing in a lot of money. We really paid off debt on 1 income and kind of saved what little bit I made would like go to groceries this week or diapers this week.
So you think it is possible for like a stay-at-home mom who's not working to be able to pay off debt, to be able to, yeah. So it doesn't you don't have to be working in order to get to the point where you're debt free.
No, and I mean, everyone has to work in the parameters in which they live. Everyone has to find out what works for them and live like in the reality of what your bank account is. And so I feel like there's a huge community. The debt-free community is huge now, and it's a lot of encouragement. But you also have to do your own thing and live within your own confines and understand that it might take you a little bit longer, but that's okay because it's not a competition.
It's true. It's not a competition. It's really not. And it can be somewhat discouraging when you see other people like hitting those milestones and you just have to trickle in because it's only 1 income. So you just have to do what you can do.
Right.
So.
We only made our take-home pay when we started paying off our debt was only $38,000, and we had $36,000 in debt. And so it was tough, but we were able to do it.
You made it happen. So what is your role when it comes to the financing in your home? Because you are a work-at-home mom. So what is, like, how do you guys do that? Like, figure all that out?
Well, we do kind of a weekly budget. So my husband sits down and does the monthly, this is what we have coming in, this is what we have to work with. And so we'll have like a snapshot of what the month looks like. And then every week, when Friday hits, that's payday, we'll get on the phone and say, okay, what do we have coming up? What do we need to move around? What do we need to work with?
Oh, that's so good. So you guys work as a team.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. So it's not just you who's doing all the budgeting, because it's only your face that we see. No, there's a behind the scenes thing happening here.
Yeah. He is the math and logic person.
Really? I thought that was 100% you.
Oh, no. Now, when you add a dollar sign and a decimal, it suddenly makes sense to me. There's a lot that, I just get tired of looking at it. And he's very like, no, we need to do this, this, and this. So I look at it as he makes the map, and then I like steer the ship.
Ah, that's it. You're the rudder.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you think personally is the role of a stay-at-home mom when it comes to the finances?
Oh, I think there's so much. I feel like a lot of times stay-at-home moms think, okay, I'm not making money, so I don't have a say. But when you choose to meal plan, when you choose to conserve electricity, when you choose to do little things that save your family money, you are making your family money. You are creating margin in your budget that wouldn't exist unless you took those actions. And so, someone may be the CEO making the money, but you're the CFO that's managing those finances on a day-to-day basis, making sure bills get paid, meals get cooked. I feel like stay-at-home moms don't understand the amount of support they are providing to the person who may be leaving the house to make money, but your role is vital in providing that support for them on a day-to-day. So when you pack a lunch to make sure that that person is fed and not having to go through a drive-through, you're saving your family money and therefore making your family money.
That's right, ladies. It is, let's not even forget childcare, like that within itself. You guys, our role is vital, and we like you said, a lot of stay-at-home moms just feel like, oh, they can't do anything to help. They either feel guilt because they're not working, or they feel like handicapped because they're not working. So
no, you are not a liability. You are not, as the stay-at-home mom, you are not a financial liability to your family. You are an asset because you are providing that support role, which is very important.
I love that. You are an asset. I love that. That's what I'm talking about, ladies. Like, she's only been in here for like 5 minutes and she's already encouraged me. I love that. So, Lydia, how can people connect with you? Where can they find you? Where can they support all things Lydia?
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm Lydia Senn on YouTube and Instagram. And then I have a blog called frugaldebtfreelife.com. And I share a lot of free resources, budgeting templates, things like that, meal plans, recipes.
Yes.
You can find all that over there.
Yes, she's got like really good instant pot meal plans. Now, ladies, follow her, do all those things. I will have everything linked in the description. Like I said, she is encouraging. She is funny. She is quirky. She's just amazing. She is supportive. You know what I mean? She's not the type of person that you reach out to her and you get a cold shoulder. She's always has a warm openness about her. And I'm just obsessed with Lydia and all things Lydia.
I feel the same way about you. You are out here doing so much for other moms and for kids, and I have learned so much from you. I joked when we first started talking that I bribed my kids with a tablet to have this conversation. But your video on like limiting screen time really helped me because we had fallen into this, like, I was addicted to just handing it over. Like when you set your baby in the in front of Disney Plus, like you've reached a point where you're like, oh, take a step back.
Yeah, we've all been there though, I can't lie. We've all been there.
Just trying to survive.
Oh, ladies, before she leaves, she is also a homeschooling mama too. So she's homeschooling, working from home, doing all the things. Yes. So full of resources. She understands what we go through on a daily basis, if not more, working on top of it. So
we're all working moms. Like every mom who, whether you're inside, outside, wherever, we are all working.
And working hard. Lydia, thank you so much for joining me today. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. This brought joy to my soul to see your beautiful face.
Aww. All right, ladies, we will see you next time. Bye. That's it.
Ooh, that was fun. I had to scratch my nose the whole time.
Well, my armpits sweat every time.